for those 3% of Americans for whom foreign policy is a top issue, they break for Trump 2-1. So if the campaign is fought over foreign policy, inflation, crime, immigration, then Trump's going to win.
In terms of he's a great campaigner, and he's going to add, he's going to.
Right, talking about Tim Walz, he is good. All right, he's not self-conscious. He is a great campaigner.
Bring about, there's more joy on the Democratic side than the Republican side. There's more positivity on the Democratic side. Sure, they've got their criticisms of Trump, and they're sharp and they're direct, but there's less of what they don't want and more of what they do want on the Democratic side than on the Republican side. And Vance's comments from several years ago, and I realize as I'm answering your question, and for the last half hour, I realize that I probably sound like I'm pro-Harris, and I want to emphasize, I'm trying to give you the straight answer. In the end, voters tend to vote for the more optimistic candidate. In the end, voters tend to choose the candidate that gives them a vision of the future, and those would be Harris. Her challenge is the record of Biden-Harris on inflation is not good, and voters don't look at it as a single year where inflation's come down over the last year. They look at the last 4 years compared to Donald Trump. Her record on immigration is not good. They don't look at what's happening right now. They look at the last 4 years. And Trump's advantage is on his administration's perceptions versus Harris. But the reason why she chose Walz is that he is a happy warrior and that he appeals to the same people that J.D. Vance appeals to. And he hasn't made statements about calling women without children cat women. It's not helpful. And the thing I'd say to you, and I know that I'm going to focus on what Trump has said. And by the way, his big strategy during the debate was to say, I never said that. But the answer is, the truth is he did. All the things that Biden would say Trump said, he did. But you have to be able to show it. In fact, I'm going to give you the Harris strategy. I would invite the news media to a debate. If Donald Trump says you're not going to show up on September 10th, you bring Trump virtual to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You put him up on the screen, a screen that's 3 times bigger than life, 5 times bigger than life, and you play his greatest hits. Then you push pause, and then you respond to him. All the insults, play them, and say, Mr. Trump, this is your words, and here's how I respond. The media would eat it up. The center of Trump moves to the center, but Trump is only speaking to his base because he only knows his base. There are plenty of examples. And by the way, Ryan, I can still do 2 more than Joe Biden's. But the reason why you're now actually losing is because of you, sir, your attributes, how you carry yourself.
Right. This is Frank Luntz talking to Donald Trump if he were his advisor.
And the public's desire to get away from that. If he doesn't change his tune, she doesn't need to move because he's only talking to people who already agree with him. And that is a surefire way to lose this election.
Okay. Got some other links lined up here.